Hi, my name's Tim Johnson. This is just a very quick video to perhaps give you something to think about over the weekend, if you like. I'm a great believer in recovering from any behaviour, in this case addiction. Understanding it and how it affects you is a great part of the healing process and a great part of the recovery process. It certainly has been for me. There's so much research been done on addiction, and there's so many differing opinions of what actually causes it and how it affects people, etc., etc., etc. There's a school of thought that it's just a poor choice that some people make. There's another school of thought that it's a brain disease, that it's a genetic predisposition, and I'm not going to argue with any of those points really, because it could be any number of things. I'm not arrogant enough to think that I know the cure for it, but I'm going to give you my definition of it, which helped me understand it, and also something that I've discovered along the way, which has been a massive part of keeping me sober, which is dealing with past pain. My definition of addiction, and I don't expect everyone to agree with this, but it's just what I believe addiction is: any behaviour in which the individual finds temporary relief or pleasure in, and craves for that reason despite negative consequences. So basically, that behaviour could be anything. It could be shopping, it could be food, gambling, it could be sex, chemicals in our cases, drugs, alcohol, anything that brings a temporary relief of what? And it's pain. And generally it is painful emotions, painful feelings, physical pain, mental pain, trauma, past trauma. Generally it's those things. It certainly was for me anyway, and dealing with that is being a massive part of my recovery. I mean, it was Einstein, I've quoted it loads of times, that said, the definition of insanity is repeating the same behaviour over and over again and expecting different results. And that's entirely true of that definition I've just given you. You know what taking the or doing the behaviour or taking the substance, you know that is going to bring terrible and negative consequences 100% of the time, and yet you still crave it, you still do it, because it will bring you that temporary relief from the pain and the emotional pain, suffering that you may be feeling at that particular moment in time. But it's a fleeting moment of relief, a fleeting relief from that pain, because it all comes back 1000% worse, but you'll still keep repeating that behavior until you become dependent on that substance or that behavior to actually consistently get through your day. Your body then becomes dependent on it, in the case of chemicals such as drugs and alcohol. So dealing with the sort of 90% of my recovery this time, and something I never did in the past, has been dealing with that past pain and trauma which I drank and used on all my adult life. And there's no getting away from that. And you'll find, if you talk to most people that are addicted to a behaviour, that there is always something in their past that they're trying to escape, or in their present even, a bad relationship, abusive relationship, violence, physical pain, anything in the present as well. But generally, childhood trauma plays a massive part in addiction. So dealing with that, either professionally or yourself, is a very important. I mean, I have utmost respect for the 12-step program and anyone that gets sober with it. But that's a great way to live the 12 steps. You can live that way, but you won't. I believe, this is only my belief, so don't shout me down about it. It's only my belief, and certainly for me anyway, that what that doesn't resolve, the 12-step program, is that past pain and trauma. And that's why it's a great way to live, and a great way to live your life that way. But you're always going to have to keep, continuing to do that, because you've not dealt with that past trauma, or that current trauma, which may be affecting you and making you use these negative behaviours. And there's all sorts of other factors as well. Generally, you know, in the population these days, total disconnection, the disconnection from work, from your family, from your friends, from nature, from everything. All these things lead to you going towards these negative behaviours. So you need to reassess your life, really, such as I have done. I found great relief, and I'm going to quickly share this with you now. In something that this is not religious, so don't switch off. It's a philosophy, because I'm not particularly a religious person, but the Tao Te Ching is a philosophy, and a philosophy of life. It's 4,000 years old, and it's a great way to live your life, really. You know, it's based on nature. It's not a preachy thing at all. It's just, as I say, a philosophy. And I want to read you my favourite verse, verse 44. And it's the way that I believe that, you know, it's the way forward, and it has been the way forward for me to recover from this, or, you know, and strengthen me. Dealing with that past pain and that past trauma, and realising that everything's okay. I've got everything I need, and, you know, health, love, life is important, you know, is the most important thing. So this is verse 44 of the Tao Te Ching. Fame or integrity, which is more important? Money or happiness, which is more valuable? Success or failure, which is more destructive? If you look to others for fulfillment, you will never be truly fulfilled. If your happiness depends on money, you will never be happy with yourself. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. And that is a beautiful verse, I think. And that is the way I live my life. Nothing is lacking. Dealt with that past, and I'm at peace. So have a go at it yourselves. Have a think about it over the weekend. Have a think about dealing with that stuff in your past that you're hanging on to, or the stuff in your present that you need to change to start lifting that cloud. Much love to you all. I hope that's been of some use to you. Please subscribe, please like, please share these if you find them useful in any way. Much love to you. Carpe Diem. Seize the day today.